Hey there, it's Tom here with a propagation video for this houseplant, which is the Skyscraper Senecio, otherwise known as the Mount Everest. And I'm going to show you everything you need to know to create more of these plants. So this houseplant is super easy to propagate. It really is straightforward, and I'm going to go through it all with you now. Uh, I've had this one about 5 years, okay, and I've taken lots of cuttings over that period of time and given them away. However, it's now come to a point where the parent plant does not look its best. So I'm going to start again. I figure I'll set up a new plant. I'll create a new one, and I thought, why not film it and show you the process, show you how it's done. It's really simple. So let's just go for it. I will also come back in the future as well, and I will show you how I get on. Fingers crossed it goes well, and you can see some good results. So it's early March. It's the 6th of March. It's actually a really nice sunny day today. Not that that makes a difference, but it's spring. It's starting to warm up. There's more light around. I like propagating at this time. This is a succulent, and this is me. This is me, my personal sort of approach on it, my experience of how I like to propagate succulent plants. I don't use water propagation. They go straight into a potting mix, straight into soil immediately, and it works. And that's why I'm confident not to try the water propagation. You can try that if you want. I've heard from people saying that it's really successful for them. But when it comes to succulents, I just like to go straight into it. Okay, so what you want to do to get started is basically, first of all, prepare the potting mix. What I'm going to use here is just everyday kind of compost mixed with some terranium type mix. So there's stones in here, there's a bit of gravel. It's just to aid in drainage. I don't want this to be overwatered in the sense of being saturated. I want some drainage in this potting mix. I want oxygen, I want air to be inside for the roots. I want it to grow basically and spread. So I'm giving it the best possible chance of success. But these plants do grow in a wide range of potting mix. So you don't have to copy exactly what I'm using here. My advice is just to avoid anything which is really, really compacted and will hold a huge amount of water. You do need to allow some air into the mix, but you don't have to use what I'm using here. It's just to give you an example. So we're going to pot this up. We're going to knock it all together. There we go. Perfect. So now it's on for the cuttings. So let's talk about that. The cuttings are really straightforward to take on this plant. They can be cut multiple times. What you want is a bit of the stem and a few of the leaves. It's not an exact science. You don't need to have an inch exactly, or 2 inches or 3 or whatever. It's just, you need the cutting material. That's it. And the plant will do the rest for you. So don't stress too much about it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take several cuttings, and just to give you an idea of what sort of thing you're looking for and how they should sort of look when you've given it a go as well. This is the kind of thing what you basically want to do. Take it from healthy growth. You don't want it from areas of the plant which don't look very good or maybe are dying perhaps. You want something that's healthy and it's good to go. And ideally try and go for the new growth as well. Some of the really old stuff may not root or take very well. So try and go for something that's just a couple of years old, and that will give you the best chance of it working. We're now ready to pop them up. So the Mount Everest does not mind being in contact with, the stems don't mind being in contact with each other. So they will touch quite happily and they will still grow. Some plants don't like this at all and they do need their own space. Sounds weird, but it's true. But this one doesn't mind, it's absolutely fine. So we're going to make some holes in the potting mix and just pop the cuttings into those holes basically. You could just push them in through the potting mix if you wanted, but the stems are quite fragile. You don't want to necessarily risk damaging them in the process. So this just makes sure that that is a little bit more gentle for them, and in they go. You do need to firm the potting mix around the cuttings after you've done this to stop them being dislodged. They need to be in good contact with the potting mix until they're rooted. So you do need to burn them in to stop them rocking about. Okay, so that's all the hard work done basically. That's it. So let's put them now. We just need to put them somewhere warm in a bright location. They do not want full sun or anything harsh. These are cuttings. Think of them as babies in this case. So you need to treat them nicely, gently. Just don't be too harsh on them, okay? So into the window, there's a bright light here. They're not going to get too much sun and it's fine. You just need to check on the soil, make sure it's moist during this period of time. It's going to take, I don't know, a couple of weeks maybe slightly longer, and the roots should start to form quite soon. I'll stop filming at this point and I will come back in the future and hopefully I'll have something to share with you and you can see how I've got on. Okay, so it's been around 2 months. It's now the end of April, and I thought it's time to have a look at this plant. So all the cuttings have taken. I didn't remove any. Nothing's gone yellow. Nothing's ground off. They've all hopefully taken. And I say that because underneath there's roots. You can see the roots coming through. So that's a really good sign. There may be a little bit of growth on top. I'm not 100% certain. I can't remember exactly what it looked like beforehand. But what's important with a propagation cutting like this is what's going on inside. So let's unpot it and take a look. Okay, so I will put the video of me unpotting it here so you can watch along. So let's get going. Right. Okay, so get it out of the pot and yes, good. As you can see, their roots, the plant propagation attempt has been successful. I wasn't really doubting it based on what we saw in the previous clip with the roots coming out the bottom. There was clearly something going on and this just proves it. So yeah, I'm really, really pleased. It is 100% success rate. Every single one of these cuttings has roots on them. Some of them have more than others. That's to be expected, but they're all working. They're all growing. They're all going to become an established clump of this plant. So it's really, really good. I would not recommend personally unpotting it like I have done. What that means is it sets the plant back in its growth habit. I'm only doing it just for the purpose of this video, just to illustrate what it looks like if you were to take them out for some reason. After I did the repotting, I put them all back into a container, and here it is now. So I will leave this in a probably the same location I had it in previously until it gets properly established. And yeah, then I will either find a new home for it or I will give it away, depending on how I feel about this plant. Because I do like it, and as I mentioned right at the start, I have had the parent plant for 5+ years, so I've had it for quite a while, so it'd be a shame to let it go. But that's it. That's it for this video. I'm not going to film any more or show you any more updates because there won't be really anything else to show you. But I hope it's been helpful. If it has, let me know. If there's other plants you want me to do this sort of propagation for, show you how to do it and give you updates along the way, just leave a comment, let me know, and I will look at doing that for you. Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.